1690 WVON. I'm Cliff Kelly, and of course it is Monday, the 18th of July. We're on iHeartRadio. All you need to do is download the app to your smartphone or tablet and take us with you wherever you are, wherever you're going. And of course you can always go to WVON.com, and when you do that, we always ask that you participate in the daily listener poll and view our current video. And of course you can call us direct, 773-591-1690, and you can get social. Tag and tweet us at WVON1690, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Well, you know what is going on now. It's about 4.5 hours old, I think. We're talking about the Republican National Convention. And with us in our studio, we have someone who certainly can help us understand what's going on there. He is Mr. Richard Fair. He is a black American Republican. And I love what he says, the way he says that. First, let me welcome you to WVON.
Hey, thank you so much, Brother Cliff. It's happy to be here. You know, we talked a few times on the phone.
Absolutely.
First time in the studio for me. And I got to always ask you, did you have Michelle Obama get my number? That's my girl.
Right. That is what you say. That's right.
Michelle, this is Richard. I don't care about this politics. It's me and you, baby. I'm coming. This is my girl.
I love when you say that. And particularly based on what we were saying just now off the air, which I won't mention, that's even more important.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Preach on, preach on, preach on.
That's right.
All right.
That's right. But tell us, number one, you are.
Oh, I'm a black man first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an American second. I'm a Republican third.
Great.
And some people, they question that, well, should it be American first? The truth is, I'm a black man. So when the police pull me over, I got to get on the ground just like everybody else. They're not asking me for my party affiliation or nothing. So I'm going to just be me, man. And I believe that's what this is about. You know, I'm about the community, and I worked with the Urban League before, and I'm going to do what's best for me and black folks. That's what I'm into.
That's great. That's great. I commend you for that. So what do you think is going to happen? A lot of people are concerned, Mr. Fair, relative to the convention, particularly because of, and we'll talk about issues in a moment, but particularly because of the fact that Ohio is an open carry state.
Yeah, I think everybody's coming. A friend of mine, he works at the RSC, and he called me, a couple of days ago, and he said, the Black Panthers is here, they locked and loaded. You know, the gun rights nuts in Ohio, they're locked and loaded. I mean, it could turn into the Boston Tea Party in a hot minute, you know what I mean? So I decided not to go. Plus, I'm not a supporter of Trump. I'm anti-Trump. I think what the man is doing is real. I think what he's doing is he's doing white power. He's against everybody. I don't think he can win because how do you alienate black people, Hispanics, everybody that's not white? I just think what he does is divisive politics, and I'm just not for it.
What our guest did earlier, because I was asking him about it, the National NAACP is having their meeting. In fact, Secretary Clinton spoke to them today. Trump had been asked to also attend. Yes. And he declined.
He declined for, my background is politics, so I've worked, on campaigns for years.
Sure.
And there's actually two schools of thought on this. The one part is Trump is going with the extreme, almost, he's screaming white power. He really is. But the business of it, not that I personally agree with it. Like, I don't agree with the activity of the mafia either. But I know some of the rules. Mm-hmm. So one of the rules in politics is you can't have it where you lost control of the situation. And Trump has said so much negative stuff about everybody, there would be no way that he could control that room. So I wouldn't even say in defense of him, but just from the business of it, it wouldn't be good if he went because they would shut him down. Because what he's saying is just nonsense. He doesn't really have any type of message. It's just divisive politics. The Bush family is against him. The Romneys is against him. Every ex-president is against this man. They all kind of know each other. It's a small fraternity, these people.
Richard, and we've talked many times, and I respect your position and so forth. I still don't understand. Maybe a lot of people felt this way. You say you're done for Trump. There's a lot of people, I think, in the party who thought, as I did, I'm not in the party, obviously, but that he was just going to go away. And he kept winning, and now everybody's shocked.
Yeah, it was just one of those things. I'll give Trump this.
But because of what you're saying, though.
Yeah.
He's brought out all of these folks who probably wouldn't have voted for anybody.
When I went to CPAC, that's the Conservative Political Action Conference, and let's just say this. I had a meeting with a high-level person from the Heritage Foundation. It was interesting.
Okay.
And he didn't like Trump either. And I asked him, well, I assume you're white. Trump is white. Why would you go for it? I can understand a minority person not liking Trump, but why would you? He basically said he didn't like the crowd that Trump was bringing in. The guys with the hunting jackets and the deer on top of the car and all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. So he kind of looked at them as the undesirables also. It was a real interesting conversation. He was like, well, that guy's been everything. He doesn't stand up for conservative values, and he's a pornographer, and he went off. It was just kind of interesting. So it was shocking to me. And so normally when you go to CPAC, everybody is kind of, almost like Alex P. Keaton from Family Ties years ago. Right. But this year, the Clampets showed up. The Beverly Hillbillies showed up. It was just like, it was Trash Nation. It was like, it looked like cops or something, man. For Cliff, it was a trip. And so you could see the Alex P. Keaton type guys, they were just real uncomfortable. They were like, Richard, who are these people? Yeah. They're asking the black guy, who are these people? It was interesting.
Let me ask you this, Richard Fair. What do you think about the fact that the two leading Republicans in this state aren't going? The governor isn't going, Ron isn't going, and neither is Senator Kirk.
I think it's a smart move because Chicago, I don't know what percentage of the state electorate is Chicago, but I bet you it's probably 60, 70%. Mm-hmm. I think it would just be career suicide. And I just
for Kirk, right?
Yeah, he won.
Up for election.
Yeah, I just don't see how. If I'm in their position, I wouldn't go either. And I believe Kirk was the one that he was in a wheelchair and they was pushing him down the hallway, and he was like, "I'm against bigotry and all that."
Oh yeah, because he made fun of disabled.
Yeah. So I just don't see. I think it's a good move on their part.
Of course.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a good move on their part, and I endorse that fully. I don't really know those positions because I do live in Ohio.
Yeah.
So I don't really know those guys, but
yeah.
Just what Trump is doing.
You live in Ohio, and let me tell you, one of the people that I thought was the greatest of the 29, 30 people who ran, I don't know how many there were now, Kasich.
Kasich was all right, man. He was great on a minority set-aside.
Exactly.
25% of business, went to minority vendors. Right. And they actually, you saw a sincere effort, but it was just one of those, Trump brought out such the underclass. I'll put it like that. He brought out such the trash people.
And by the way, I don't think Kasich, although they can.
No, he's not going either.
Yeah.
So something is up.
Stating he hadn't even.
He's not going. I mean, how is that possible? It's
he's
like
not even doing.
He's not going. The Bushes ain't going. Kasich and them ain't going. The guys in Illinois ain't going. That's some type of message. I just don't think. I think Trump is almost Barry Goldwater. And if you look up Jackie Robinson. In 1964, Jackie Robinson was like, "I'm just not with this." He spoke about it. So if you Google Jackie Robinson 1964 Republican convention, he wasn't with the nonsense because above everything else, yes, I may be a Republican, but I'm a black man, and that's just I'm not going to stand for certain things. I'm just not going to, no matter what. So if they kick me out, that's fine.
I sincerely hope, notwithstanding the fact that what I think about. You're a presumptive nominee, not presumptive much longer you'll be there.
Yeah.
But I hope there's no violence.
Me too. That's just
horrible.
I'm not with violence of any sort. It's just really bad. But another part of me is like, I am tired of seeing unarmed black men gunned down. I'm just tired of this. Right. I mean, people make all these excuses, and then when people do react in frustration, they'll say, "When chickens come home to roost." And they go, well, that's wrong to say. Well, basically, that's what they're saying to me. Yeah. That's what they're basically saying to me. Well, why are we talking about Richard who got beat up by the police or something? And there's other people in other cities. I mean, it's offensive to me. Nobody says to women, why are we talking about your individual situation where there's other women in West Virginia doing, heroin or something? It's just wrong. And anybody that does stand up for that, if you want me, yes, as black people, we do need to take some responsibility for, our negative people. But the police need to take some responsibility for their negative people, too. They've got a whole society of no snitching, too. So I want to be more even. Because I have nephews. I have 3 daughters, but I have 2 nephews, and they'll be driving soon. And I'm terrified. I'm not really so scared for my daughters to drive. But I am scared for my nephews to drive. Because, man, I'm not going to even lie to you, Cliff. If something happened to one of they're my boys. Yeah. They're my boys. Okay. If something happened, I ain't going to be Mr. Peace. I'm just not. I'm just not. It's just wrong.
I don't think. I totally understand that. And that's the whole thing. The fact that although we are both anti-violence.
Yes.
But we know why people are reacting as they are.
We are Americans. If you think about this, how much turning the cheek does anybody
That's
do?
right.
You know, God bless everybody. I don't have nothing against nobody. White brothers. I've had plenty of white people help me in my life, tell me how to read, went to school. But white people, 9/11 happened, they do something. The Alamo, Pearl Harbor, Little Bighorn, you name it, it's going to be so, hey, it must stop. So you can't just continue to ask us to die in the street like dogs and we do nothing. It's just not right.
I was just telling somebody the other day who mentioned the Alamo, and I said, do you know why there were so many heroes? Do you know why?
They all died.
There was no back door.
Santa Ana with his 5,000 people.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. We are pleased to have in studio Mr. Richard Fair, a black American Republican, and he's saying things. He's not there at the convention intentionally, and he's telling us why, and I think he's totally correct on his issues. He says, I'm a black American, I'm black first, I'm an American second, and a Republican third. We'll be back in a moment, 591-1690. Johnny will take your call when we come back. Anybody else who wants to speak to this gentleman, pick up the phone. Stay with us.
Talk radio that makes